reindeer singing songs of joy and peace. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. Here's the most glorious Christmas song from Joni Mitchell, played originally in the key of C, with just her singing and accompanying herself on piano. I'm going to play this in C, but with a capo on the 5th fret. It would be fairly simple to play this in C and actually just use chords of C. But there's this instrumental section that you just heard at the beginning and at the end based on a Jingle Bells motif, and that's a lot easier to play with the capo. Up here on the 5th fret, I'm going to play as if in G. That just gives me access to these higher melody notes. If you're not especially interested in playing the intro and the outro as an instrumental and just want to strum through this, you might actually be better off playing this in C, in which case take the chords names that I've got and just bring them back one on the circle of fifths. So instead of G, you'll play C. Instead of playing D, you'll play G, and so on and so on. That's not difficult to do, but I'm going to stick to this. And we've got essentially an 8-bar verse that repeats. Then we've got a chorus with a little tag on the end, and then it happens twice, and then we have another verse, and then eventually we get into the outro. So look, we'll look at the basic chords first of all, then a bit of picking, and then we'll tack the tab on the end. I've tabbed out the intro and the outro so you can play that as an instrumental too. Okay, the verse kicks off with 4 bars, 2 beats each of A minor over G, which you'll see in lots of the songs I cover as C over G. There's a kind of A minor-y feel to this though. A minor over G for 2 beats and then a straight G for 2. And because the capo's up here on the 5th fret, I'm probably not going to bother with the top string, so I might not put my little finger up on the 3rd fret there. You could do that if you wanted to, and if you're strumming this, it makes perhaps more sense just to cover that top string, but my picking fingers are going to be down on the 2nd, 3rd and 4th strings. Unless, you know, when we play a chord of D, they're forced up onto the top 4 strings, but for now I'll probably avoid that top string. Anyway, A minor over G, with my 1st and 2nd fingers as if I'm playing a chord of C, and then my 3rd finger down on the 3rd fret of the bottom string, just as you'd expect it to be for a G chord. And we've got coming on Christmas, they're cutting down trees, they're putting up reindeers, singing songs of joy and peace 4 times, and then it's, oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. 2 bars of E minor and 2 of D, and that's the whole of the verse. And the next verse is identical, then we have a chorus, and then we come back and do verses 3 and 4, another chorus. Then we have a 5th verse with exactly the same lyrics as the first one actually before we get to the outro, so it's worth getting this under your fingers. We'll look at some picking in a moment too, and there's lots of opportunity for hammer-ons, but perhaps we'll cover that a bit more when we look at the picking. Anyway, one time through the verse. It's coming on Christmas, they're cutting down trees, they're putting up reindeer, singing songs of joy and peace. So I wish I had a river I could skate away on. And that's the verse done. The chorus is a slightly longer section. We begin with a bar of C, a bar of D, a bar of G, and back to C. I'm just getting over a cold, and anyway, this is completely the wrong range for me, so I'm going to switch octaves, never mind. Wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. We land on 2 bars of A minor. We get there from the C via this B minor. It's probably enough just to put a C with B in the bass, but the B minor's better. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. So that's G for a bar, D for a bar, 2 bars of C major 7, and then we have a third bar of C major 7. I made my baby cry, onto a bar of G. Actually, the first time, we get this chorus twice, but the first chorus, I made my baby cry. There's a hint of A minor over G at the beginning of that G bar. In the second chorus, we don't really get that. I made my baby cry. 2 bars of the G then, and then we're into E minor for 2. And then we've got D for 2, and that's the end of the chorus, and then we pick up, he tried hard to help me, into the following verse. So let's just see. I might play the second verse into the chorus just to give me a bit of a run up and excuse the singing. It don't snow here, it stays pretty green. I'm gonna make a lot of money, I'm gonna quit this crazy scene. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. Chorus. I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby cry. And into the following verse. A couple of little notes here. When we get into the 2 bars of A minor, in the second chorus, it's actually 4 bars of A minor. Well, I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. Oh, I wish I had a river, and so on and so on. That's just worth watching out for. The other thing to say is in terms of hammer-ons and little embellishments, in that A minor, whether in the first chorus where you hold it for 2 bars or in the second chorus where it's actually 4 bars, there's a fair bit of this, a little bit of B creeping in here, the open second string. So when we get into the picking, that's something that's worth thinking about. Okay, that's pretty much it for the chorus. Also, we've looked at the verse, so let's look at some picking. Now, if we take a simple G chord as our basic template here, really what I'm doing is a very straightforward Travis picking pattern. The thumb begins on whatever the bass note is, which for G is the bottom string, and then it's going to move up to the 4th string. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. This goes at quite a rate. This is like 104 beats a minute, I think. So I'm only going to play this in 8ths. I'm going to alternate these thumb notes with my picking fingers on the 2nd and 3rd strings. My thumb then is going to pick the 6th string, 2nd finger picks the 2nd string. Thumb moves up to the 4th string, and the 1st finger picks the 3rd string. All together, that's it. And that just needs a bit of flow. And you want to start thinking about just creating little accents that gives us gentle syncopations here, maybe just kind of not emphasizing the bass notes too much and bringing out some of those upper strings just to create a little bit of color. The other thing we can easily do here is to bring that 2nd string note, which is kind of the melody note of our picking, forward or backward in time. So at the moment it's in between the 2 thumb notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But I could bring it forward to coincide with the 1st thumb note. There we are, it's on the 1st beat there. I don't have to do it all the time, but I might want to just create a bit of punctuation that way, or I can delay it until the 2nd thumb note. Couple of very simple variations that are going to give us a little bit of colour. And if we put some of that into the verse, it's coming on Christmas, they're cutting down trees, they're putting up reindeer, singing songs of joy and peace. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. It don't snow here, it stays pretty green. I'm gonna make a lot of money, I'm gonna quit this crazy scene. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. Oh, I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby cry. And so on. Okay, the last thing to say before we look at the intro and outro separately is that verse 5 ends slightly differently to set us up for the outro. I'll play you the whole of it. It's coming on Christmas, they're cutting down trees, they're putting up reindeer, singing songs of joy and peace. So far so good. E minor. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away. And this time I'm calling it A minor over D. It's not great with the capo up here. We don't get much of a voicing really. It's like a D7 sus2, but that's the chord I'm playing. I could skate away on. Before we get into the which we're going to look at in a moment. In the intro, we've got a 2-bar phrase on G, it's Jingle Bells, and then we've got it again on E minor, and then we've got it again on C. And the melody's pretty much the same each time, and I'm alternating the bass differently each time, depending on the chord. For G, I've got this. Okay, the thumb is alternating between 6 and 4. In the second bar, we go on to that note on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string after the first half beat. One and when we do this on E minor and C, we don't. That's played a bit straighter. But anyway, this is it. And E minor. Now I'm alternating between 6 and 5 in the thumb. And I've got that note on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. I'm playing that with my 1st finger now. And then we go to C with a melody on the open 2nd string. It's really C major 7. This time I'm alternating between 5 and 4. Again, that note on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string with the 1st finger here. And then we've got on a D chord. So I'm probably going to just pick the 3rd, 4th and 5th strings. Something like that. I'm not quite sure. By the time I make the video, I'll have tabbed out whatever I'm doing. Anyway, let's put the whole thing together. Like that. We just need this melody note to go from A to G to F sharp to D and finally to E and D finally. Da, 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 da. So it's just a descending line. A, G, F sharp, E, D is where we end up. And if you happen to catch some other open strings, as I accidentally did there, it doesn't really matter. It's all part of the vibe. We change to the note on the open 3rd string, 1 and 2 and there. That's what happens in the piano. It's coming on Christmas, they're coming down. So that's that's the intro. And the outro is more of almost the same. Now for the outro, I've got this. It's a very similar idea, but this time on 4-bar blocks. And we begin with a chord of D. just needs a little bit of practice, but it's not tricky. I'm alternating the bass from the open 4th string to the open 5th string. That just gives me something like the feel of the original. And now we have a very similar idea on a chord of C with a melody moving up to the open top string. And almost identical now on A minor. It's just that second bar that has that little syncopation to it, otherwise it's the same. And on the original she kind of repeats, almost fading out on a very gentle, well, it's D minor on the original that we're playing, as if A minor, which is actually a D minor, and she just kind of pulsates that a few times, and I've just written on the score a single bar of A minor like this. Let's have the whole thing. Okay, that's everything I've got. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to have a little playthrough. Hopefully, see you on the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's coming on Christmas. They're cutting down trees. They're putting up reindeer, singing songs of joy and peace. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. It don't snow here, it stays pretty green. I'm gonna make a lot of money. I'm gonna quit this crazy scene. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby cry. He tried hard to help me, no, he put me at ease. And he loved me so naughty, made me weak in the knees. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I'm so hard to handle, I'm selfish and I'm sad. Gonna lost the best baby that I ever had. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby say goodbye. It's coming on Christmas. They're cutting down trees. They're putting up reindeer, singing songs of joy and peace. I wish I had a river I could skate